And we are live.
Hey guys and crafters, welcome to season 2 premiere of This Crafty Life Live, where two crafters share their passion for crafting with you guys, and they're going to bring you along for the ride, and we're going to have a great time together. Let me introduce our co-host to this great Crafty Life show. First is Maymay. I know you guys recognize her from her YouTube channel. Maymay made it, where she does everything from paper crafting to upcycle projects. Maymay also designs a fun line of clear stamps, and she has a couple of stamp clubs that you guys can be a part of if you'd like to. One is just a regular club, and then she also has a scripture club that helps with the scripture art journaling. So you might want to check those out. She has a couple of great Facebook groups, Hide His Word in My Heart, and Maymay Made It, and so did I. So you guys might want to check those out. And she also is pretty much a crazy person when it comes to Periscope. She loves Periscope. They call her the Periscope Addict. So you guys may want to check her out there too. So everybody, say hello to Maymay.
Hi, guys.
And then our co-host, Melody Lane. I know you guys recognize her from her YouTube channel too, Melody Lane, and she is famous for so many wonderful things, but she does design her own line of digital papers. She also is the queen of giveaways on her Patreon channel, where you guys can join there and help support Melody as she does the great job that she does, and all the giveaways that she does, and all the great tutorials that she does on her YouTube channel. And I know you guys are going to want to be a part of that. Guys, what's going on the show today?
Well, we are doing a throwback episode, and I think it's going to be super fun. So many people ask me, how did you meet Melody? Or I don't know if Melody gets that question. Do you get that question, Mel?
I think I have had that question a few times.
I get it, like, especially when I have classes at the cottage, a lot of people will say, so how did you guys meet? Or have you ever actually met in person? I get that one a lot, have you met in person? But we have not met in person. But a couple of years ago, we both think it was 2013. We should have looked. I forgot to look. But I asked Mel if she would do a collaboration with me. And I remember being so nervous to ask this superstar on YouTube to do this collab with me, and I thought she's going to laugh at me or not respond to me or what have you, and she responded and she agreed to do this collab, and it was so much fun, and it was called The Crafters Confidential, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to revisit it, but first we got some fun stuff we want to tell you guys about. So are you excited to revisit this The Crafty Confidential, Mel?
Yes, but I kind of had the same experience when you asked me to be a part of it. I thought you, the big superstar, was asking me. That's how I looked at it. And I was just like, oh my God, Maymay emailed me.
So funny. I did exactly that. I was like, she's never going to respond. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to send this email anyway and just see what happens. And fortunately, you responded. And you see where we are now. So,
Yes.
Friends forever. That's it. I'm excited about that.
And then you two just drug me along for the ride.
Yeah, we drug you in. I was like, oh, and by the way, here's my hubby.
Yeah, just Vinny. Hey guys, I forgot to mention this earlier, but if you have any questions or any comments that you want to make, I'll be monitoring the chat. So feel free to put in any questions and stuff like that, and I'll kick them out to the ladies in a little bit.
By the way, we just love your background, Vinny.
Oh yeah?
Look at all your little all your little labels. I love his labels, y'all. It's my favorite.
Well, they probably can't see them.
Huh?
It doesn't look like they're big enough that you can actually see them.
We know. Is that Craftwiser's one there?
No, you can't see that one.
He spelled
Thanks, I love you anyway.
It's so funny. That's my favorite. Matter of fact, I'm always afraid now I'm going to say Craftwisers in a video instead of tweezers. I probably will.
It's okay.
We're digressing. Let me say what today's all about. So today is season 2. If you were here for season 1 in the chat, put up a big thumbs up because you're here for the second season 2. You were here for 1 and now season 2. And we have some new stuff coming up in season 2 I think you're going to like. We've got some great guests lined up. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We have some new games that we are playing, and one that I am super excited about, and I want to really explain it to you, okay? This one is called Mug Shots. Now, you guys know last season we showed you our mugs, and everybody was like, how can I get a mug? Mel's got hers. And everyone, how can I get a mug? So, over our summer break, Melody and I put our brainstorming caps on, and we came up with this idea called Mug Shots. And here's what will happen. The week before a show goes live in our Facebook group, we'll post kind of a mugshot call where you will post a mugshot in the comments of that post. I think we had about 8 entries last week for our very first one, and you can make your mugshot any cute thing you want to do it. Of course, we encourage it to be crafty, or you can use Snapchat filters, or you can use filters off of your computer and make these funny, like, mugshots. And the funniest one, or the one that Mel and I choose, we think is the most creative, or the one that really strikes us, will be the one that wins a mug. And we're not going to tell you the winner yet. We're going to save it because we do have a winner. Like I said, I think there were 8 entries. And so we're going to try to show you as many of those as we can today and also show you the winner. It was super cute. She did a good job. And then that person will get a mug. So that's how you're going to win mug shots. I love that. What do you think, guys? You like it, Mel? I think it's a good idea.
Yes, I love it.
And we have other contests too, like I can't remember. I don't want to give them all away, but we have some contests that'll be different in the shows where you'll actually play in the chat. So go ahead and get familiar with the chat and how it works, because some of our shows we're going to play contests as the show is going, so you'll be able to win stuff as the show is like going on and in the chat and you're talking to people and stuff. So we have one where we'll pick some folks from the chat that are participating in the giveaway. All kinds of stuff we're going to be doing, different and adding to. I think it'll be fun. We want to play a lot of games. Did I share everything about mugshots? What did I forget? Anything?
I think you covered it.
Oh, it goes for that whole week, by the way. Like, it goes from the Monday before a show through Saturday at midnight. I have it in the post, so you'll be able to see when you need to have your picture posted. I think it's Saturday because we picked the winner the day before the show, but you'll be able to see, you know, how long you've got. It doesn't take but a second to do a mugshot, so take a photo, and it's a lot of fun.
And if you're not part of our Facebook group, just search on Facebook for This Crafty Life Live, and it should come up as a group. I've shared it everywhere on Facebook this morning, so it's on my page, on my personal profile, in some of the groups I have.
Right. And we have some other fun stuff coming up. Like the month of August, Melody and I are participating in, well, let me back up and say this. There's a group on Facebook called the Creative Arts Collaboration, and if you guys are crafters and you want to get involved, search them on YouTube, and we can put a link to them below too when we get done, but search them on YouTube, and the cool thing is you'll be able to join that group, and Melody and I are participating in their 30-day photo challenge on Instagram, so it's a photo a day for 30 days on Instagram, and it's hashtagged CAC photo a day, and I've already started mine. I don't think Mel's had time to do hers. She's been working on the show.
Yeah, and she just told me about it, so.
Yeah, I'm like, Mel, we should both do this because it's super fun. And I started today, and you can go and check that out. The easiest way to do that is go ahead and follow me and Melody on Instagram. Mine is Maymay Made It. Melody, what's yours?
Mine is Melody Lane 815, and you can find Melody Lane 815 on almost all social media, and that's me.
Me too. I'm Maymay Made It everywhere that I can be Maymay Made It. Snapchat, I had to change it up a little bit. Somebody already had it. But on Instagram, you can follow us, and we'll be putting a new picture up every day for the month of August. I think that's fun. I've always wanted to do it. I've seen all these like lists go up, and I've never tried it, and I've always thought it would be super fun. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous to do it. I've never done it before either.
I think it'll be super fun. I wish that I'd had a little more insight for today's picture. I kind of went, oh, I'm going to use this picture, because today's topic is the artist, which is really cool because you really want to it's kind of giving yourself a place to start, like this is who you are, and then for the month, I think it makes sense to do it that way.
Yeah.
And we love the folks over at the Creative Arts Collaboration. Melody and I are both involved in that. Not as involved as I'd like to be, but anytime there's something like this I can jump into, I want to do it. So.
Yeah.
What am I forgetting? I'm looking at my list. So here's a question, Mel. What you been up to for the past month when we hadn't been with you?
You didn't tell me you was going to ask me that.
Surprise!
I love surprise questions.
But I have built a design team now for my digital paper. So I'm really excited about that. So now I have a Facebook group for my digital paper, and I have a blog now on melodylanedesigns.com, which I never had that before. I always had it, but I never utilized it. So now my design team posts projects where they use my digital paper to inspire everyone, and they're awesome. And so it's also, because that blog can go to my app, it automatically goes to my app every day. And Georgia Carl put a project in today.
Tell them how to get your app.
You can go to the App Store on Apple products or Google Play Store and search Melody Lane Designs.
And it's good, right?
And it has all of this Crafty Life Live. It has a whole section for our show, and I just started a new section for season 2. So you can go there. I did a push notification for this show to remind people, so they got a notification of the show like 5 minutes before it started. I'm going to try to continue that. I have to remember to do that and set it all up ahead of time. So I'm really excited to have so many talented people. I have 5 people on my design team, and I'm just shocked at the projects, and it really helps me a lot to be able to share more inspiration and projects with everyone.
You know, so many people ask me, what is digital paper and how do you use it? And I love digital paper, especially when I'm in a tight, and because I don't live close to a craft store. So if I need a specific paper for something, I love the option of digital paper. And where you're concerned, I even contacted you one time because I needed specific paper for a project, and you created it for me. Can you talk a little bit about what, I don't know, I didn't ask you about this, but I think you can do it. Can you explain what digital paper is and why and how we use it?
Well, it can be used many ways, but it's really an image of like pattern paper that you can print out yourself. And one reason that's good also is if you need a lot of that same paper, you can print as many as you want. You know, it doesn't ever stop. Once you buy it, you can print as many images as you want. If you mess up on your paper and you need another paper, you can just print another paper. You can also use it, well, we used it for our banner here. Mm-hmm. We used it on our blog. I use it on my blog and on my background for my website. I use it on little signs I make and I share on Facebook. I upload it to Cricut Design Space as a pattern. I made a button with it.
That's cute.
We got a button maker, so I use that as a pattern. The background is my digital paper.
So the other cool thing about yours, though, like that piece behind you, tell us how you created that paper before it became digital.
In Photoshop, it's, well, most of my paper I paint, and then I take images of it. So a lot of my paper is my own painted. Well, I have some right here. This is one of my favorites.
So you hand paint that. And
actually, this one I didn't hand paint. This set, the fairy set, I drew on my iPad.
Yep.
So I painted it on my iPad with painting apps.
I get asked it all the time because, you know, when I make stamp sets, people say, so do you hand draw all your stamp sets? Well, nowadays, digital drawing is so simple that I can kind of skip a step where I don't have to draw on paper and then digitize it. I can draw straight into the computer. So I do that. Matter of fact, a lot of my friends that make stamp sets, we talk about that. I'm like, I don't always. Sometimes I draw on paper and then digitize it, but that's such a process for me because I'm not very good at that. Some people probably can do it in a snap, but I've learned to draw straight to my iPad or to my computer or whatever, and then it's so much easier for me. It takes probably a week of time out for me. So.
Right. So like this one I painted. This is painted with Dilutions paints.
I love the brightness you get from the Dilutions. That's what you used on that banner behind you, I remember, because I loved how you got that bokeh effect. It's so pretty.
This is made from the Dilutions paints and painted it.
It's really cool. I'm really proud of you for starting your design team. And you guys need to go check out who else is doing designing for her, because even if you don't use digital paper, the inspiration you get for their projects is wonderful.
And like you can print it any size you want.
That is super cute. Your fairy.
You don't have to have the bigger size.
And you can, like, this will probably open a can of worms, but you can also get those printers that print from edge to edge, You can get them that'll print 12 by 12. So if you want to print all your papers out on 12 by 12, you can get all of that. But for me, what I love about it is because how many of us craft at midnight, and you're like, oh, I just need this rainbow paper, or this just needs this pop of color. And those papers, once you spend very little money, you have them. Look, perfect rainbow. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me click on you so they can see it. That's so cute. I love it. That looks like a scrapbook page all in itself.
Yeah.
So, Vinny, what are folks saying to us in our Season 2 chat?
Well, we're getting a lot of shout-outs from all over the world, really. Some people from Canada, some people from just everywhere. It's just amazing how many people are watching this morning.
How many are watching? Can we see?
Well, I'm not looking at the YouTube. So.
82 viewers right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
But a lot of people shouting out about Mel's paper, how incredible it is, how much they love it. We did have a couple of questions. Let's see. Kimberly Story asked Maymay, what is your Snapchat if it's not Maymay Made It?
It's I'm Maymay Made It. So it's I am Maymay Made It.
All right, there you go. So, Kimberly, hopefully that answers your question. And Sandy posted a very interesting question in regards to August the 15th. Was that somebody's birthday?
I'm looking. It's not mine. I wonder whose it would be.
It's not mine.
It's not mine.
Not Mel's.
Well, okay, Mel. Well, they asked, was August the 15th your birthday?
Wonder whose that is. It's specific. Maybe they know.
That's our next show, isn't it?
Yes.
It is.
Should we talk about who's going to be on that show?
Marilyn Brown asked, do either one of you have a tutorial or can recommend a tutorial on easy binding and or hinged work?
For mini albums.
Yeah.
For mini albums. Do you want me to talk about this, Mel? Do you do mini albums?
No, I haven't done any.
Okay. There are like 3 basic schools of thought on binding from what I have seen. I'm really glad you brought this up because I want you guys to check this out. Kathy King, who is Paper Phenomenon, just came out with a second version of her famous binding. Her binding was called Hidden Hinge, and she just came out with Hidden Hinge Plus. I can't say she just came out with it, but her patent actually goes effect today. So she's patented this hinge system. And you can purchase her tutorials and things from Paper Phenomenon. And it's really cool what she does, and that one is called the Hidden Hinge Binding System. Then there's another one that's done by, I can't remember her name. This is going to be bad. You guys will know in the chat. But she does the Stack the Deck binding. Now, for me, the Stack the Deck is easier to wrap my brain around, but the Hidden Hinge is cleaner. That's 2 schools of thought. And then the third one is the slot binding system, which I have shown, which is not my design. I found a girl on YouTube doing it, and I was like, I love the way this looks. So I do have that. You can check that out in, I think it's in my 11-part series mini album. 11-part series video. Yeah, I know. And I love you guys for sticking around for 11 parts of that video. I don't know that I would, but you did, and I love it. But there's that in there. So that's basically the 3 I know of. And then, of course, you've got the cinch, and you've got binding systems, the bind it all, and you've got 3-ring binders, because that still works for mini albums. So I would suggest check out Paper Phenomenon, do a Google search for Stack the Deck, and then check out my video, or I think it was Angel Wings who I saw it, who did the slot binding system. So I hope that'll give you some place to start. Any other questions, Vinny?
Sandy said the reason she asked was at 8:15 is because it's Melody Lane 8:15.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, the 815 stands for the area code where I'm from, because Melody Lane is taken up everywhere, so I'm like, I need a number, so I just use my area code.
So our area code, that's funny because our area code got famous. I don't know if you remember this, Melody, because we're like down here, I don't know. But the 205 area code got famous. Do you remember Ruben Studdard from American Idol?
Yeah.
Okay, so he used to wear the 205 jersey on the show. Do you remember that? I'm really throwing us back, right? So 205 got real famous because of that. Although we have 3 area codes in our state, 205 was kind of our only one for a long time, so that's funny because I probably would have used 205 too because it was famous for a while. So tail off a Reuben. Okay, let's get into the Crafty Confidential. Now, here's what we want to do with you guys in our chat. I've got to go get my questions, so I'm going on my phone to find my questions. But here's the deal. We're going to go back through the questions, and we're either going to answer them with our new answer or not necessarily new, because here's what we kind of did. We were going to go back and look at our old videos and kind of make sure we said new stuff, but then we were like, no, we just want to answer the questions, and if some of them are the same, they are, and if some of them aren't, they aren't. So we encourage you guys to go check out our old video as well, which we will link below. I'll have both of those linked for you. And then after we touch on each question, we're going to ask you guys in the chat. So go ahead when we start talking and type in what your answer is, and Benny's going to bring up some of those for us every now and then for us to know what you guys think. So let me go to the first question. So first, let me say this. When Melody and I were trying to come up with a collab, we were like, we want to do something different. And at the time, I think there was a makeup confidential or something going around. There was some tag. I don't remember how I came up with it. There was some tag that sparked me. And so I've made up these questions and using some of that like makeup world challenge stuff. So the first question is, what is the most expensive crafting tool you use on a regular basis? So it may not be your most expensive tool in your room or in your stash, but the one you use on a regular basis. So Mel, you go first.
Okay, besides the machines, like the Cricut machines and stuff, although this is almost just as expensive, is my Faber-Castell colored pencils. Do you have it on me so they can see?
Yep.
And I have someone to blame for this. I get blamed by so many for things they buy. I'm on some husband's hit list. But I love these colored pencils. These are oil-based, and they're like professional, like artist pencils. And I know some of you have to blame me for getting these, but I want to blame Lisa Lucree. She is the most talented artist I've seen that works with these colored pencils. She works with all kinds of media, paints, but the colored pencil videos, they look like photographs. They are absolutely amazing, and she's going to be on our show in 4 weeks. So I'm so excited. We can all blame her.
You tell her that day.
Yeah. But these are incredible colored pencils, and I just love the way they work, and I've tried many other pencils, as a lot of you know, but I think these are my favorite. And I think you can get them like on Amazon for around $195 for the full 120 set. So it took me a long time to purchase, and I, researched it and stuff. But I'm really glad I got them.
I have not used them, but I've heard you rave about them. And then when you asked Lisa to be on the show and you sent me some links to her, and I looked at her stuff, oh my goodness, I would have never thought it was color pencils.
No, it was just amazing, and so. I get these. I can't do it like her.
What she did with that black and white, the one you sent, that I think it might be one of her icon pictures or something, but it looks like a photograph, and she takes black and white and makes it have dimension. It's not just a black and white photo. A black and white drawing. It looks like a photo.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So she's going to be on the show. By the way, while we're talking about that, we have a calendar on the website, on the .com, that will show you who all's coming, and we're still scheduling folks. We're still talking with people to try to get dates right. So that's coming. And something we'd like to encourage you guys to do, if there's someone you'd like to see on the show, let us know so we can contact them, because we want to bring on your favorite YouTubers and your favorite crafters and whoever, so let us know. So my most expensive craft tool, and it's kind of unfair because Melody was able to go away from her machines, but I kind of have to use my machines because I'm pretty cheap everywhere else. Like, I'm so cheap, and I don't spend a whole lot of money on craft supplies, but I really do have to say that my brother's Scan and Cut is probably my most expensive, often used machine. But here's why. I want to clarify this. When I purchased that machine, I purchased it to be a fussy cutter. And you got to understand what I'm saying. I did not purchase it for my vinyl work or for my SVGs. My Cricut and Design Space works perfect for that. So I can use my Cricut and Design Space, just boom, 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 and get stuff done. And that's how I do it. I don't feel like the Brother Scan and Cut software is as user friendly as the Design Space software. So I basically bought that machine just to fussy cut stamps, literally. So I have to say that is my most expensive tool because I really don't use it for much else. So it was like $250, but I'm going to tell you something. It's been well worth it because if I want to make 10 or 15 cards with, matter of fact, like, see this card hanging right here that has a little sailboat on it? Like, that's a stamp, and I can stamp it like 15 times and run it through my scan and cut without uploading it to I mean, it's just so easy because it's just plug and play, and I don't have to put it into software, and I don't have to turn it into an SVG. I don't have to do anything. Just feed it in and then cut it. And so that's my most expensive, most often used tool. I have to say that, to be fair. So I think that's fair. I don't want to like go against my machines because they're expensive anyway, but I bought that one with one purpose in mind, which makes it really expensive.
So you had a choice between, and I agree with you, you can totally use that machine because you could have either used scissors or the Brother Scan and Cut. So you chose the most expensive one.
That's right. Because it seems, sometimes I feel a little guilty about it because I'm like, I spent a lot of money on that. But then again, I look at it like this. I make a lot of cards, and I do a lot of stamping.
Yeah, and you also teach people about it and show it, and they want to see it too. So. And
I'm learning it. I got to tell you, it's, like I said, compared to my Cricut, the software, nowhere near. Like, it's, a matter of fact, I personally don't think I'll even use the Scan and Cut. I think I'll learn a different software, like a third-party software to put with it. But for what it does for fussy cutting, it's worth every single cent. But very expensive. So, but I love this question now because this is me. I like cheap stuff, right? What is your least expensive tool you use on a regular basis? I got to find mine. Here it is. You want to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
And we didn't discuss this at all beforehand, so you have no idea what I'm doing with this.
Oh, no.
This is something I've been using a lot lately. It's in a lot of my videos lately.
Oh, you go, girl.
Glitter glue. I love this. And I've always used my Scotch adhesive tape, my big gun, ATG gun, and things like that, the dry adhesive, but I don't always get things on straight. And so the glue helps me move it around a little so I can get it on straight. And with the little tip, it helps a lot for little pieces. And I think it's quicker, too.
It is quicker. How amazing is that? I'm going to tell you, I had an ATG gun for years, right? Used it all the time. I thought it was the best thing in the world. As soon as I started using art glitter glue, I promise you right now, I think I have 3 ATG guns. They're all in the back room on a shelf. They're not even in my craft room anymore. So, and people ask me so much about art. The reason Melody was saying that is because I sell it in my store, and I recently did a video explaining it because so many people asked so many questions about it. So you can find that on my channel too. Matter of fact, I'll try to link it. I need to be making notes of what I'm going to link, but I'll try to link that below so you guys can see it. But it literally did away with dry adhesive for me.
Yeah, I love it. And so many people ask me where it's at, even when I put a link to it in my video. I think that's what people don't understand. We have links in the video description. A lot of people don't know that, to click under the video and you'll find lots more information. So I think in one day I had 3 questions on where to get this, and they weren't all from the same video.
I have to tell you, I watched this channel called Suzelle DIY, I think it is, and she's from like New Zealand, and she's hilarious. And this morning I watched her video, and she was doing a baking tutorial, and she said, and the recipe will be in the description. And then she went like this. And she like mocked somebody saying, "Will I need flour, Suzelle?" She said, "The recipe is in the description. I know someone will ask me, will I need flour?" But I don't think we say that all the time, but I don't think people understand what that means. So if we ever tell you it's in the description, that means underneath the video you need to click Show More, and it'll open up where we've put all our links in it. So I mean, how would they know? They wouldn't know all that stuff.
Also, we have a video we did live on showing you how to use YouTube. Maybe you could put that in the link below. So if people are new to YouTube, they can learn a lot from that video.
Yep, I think so too. All right, I'm going to show my cheapest, and then we're going to ask what everybody said was their most expensive and their least expensive, okay? So this is my favorite tool, and it is this pokey tool. It is really sharp on one end, like that, and then it has a spatula-like thing on the other end. And I never thought this would be my most used, least expensive tool, but I think this is like $3, and I use it for everything, for piercing holes, for opening packages. I use it to take the backer off of my foam adhesive, off of my sticky tape. Like, I use this. If I don't have this at my desk, I promise you I'll start a project and have to go find it because I use it for everything. For die cuts, for cleaning out die cuts, which is actually what it was created for picking stuff off my Cricut mats, my brother's scanning cut mats. I could literally put a string on this and wear it around my neck and use it all day long. So that's my favorite. And if you want to get it, it's in my store. And that's not the reason I'm saying it, but it's in my store because I love it. And so it's available for you, and I'll put a link to my store below.
But I think it's sold out. Sorry.
It's coming back, though. That's one thing interesting about this tool. This is made by Kaisercraft, and every time we order it, it's on back order. It must be, like, really popular, not just with me. It's always, like, on back order, and we're always ordering. We order massive amounts of them because it takes so long to get them, and then we sell out so quick. But I did order them a couple weeks ago, so hopefully they'll be here soon.
I'll check and make sure that we don't have a little back stock, but I noticed this morning it showed sold out. So.
All right, so what is our viewers' most expensive tool? Give us a couple, like give us 3 of them.
Okay. Basically the same things that you guys mentioned. The only one that you didn't mention, a lot of people said the same thing that Melody did, that their pencils, their art pencils were the most expensive. A lot of people said their scanning cut or their Cricut. But one that I was kind of surprised, a lot of people said their collection of stamps.
Oh, yeah.
Lots and lots of stamps. And then least expensive was a really wide variety of stuff from the tool that you mentioned to the bone folder to our glitter glue was mentioned a time or two. So a lot of people. Also, people mentioned their trimmers as being some of their most expensive products.
I may have to get up and go get my trimmer because I meant to mention it. Actually, let me mention it real quick because I think this is a really good one. And Melody, I know you have this one. That Cricut trimmer, I guess it's their newest trimmer, their newest paper trimmer. I'm not really sure. I lean to you on that because I think you would probably know better than the white one.
Yeah, that's new.
And it's not a rotary. It's a blade. I had to look. It's a blade. But wow. And I'm doing a review of it on my channel for Wednesday because so many people have asked me. And I've learned a lot about it because I've been messing with it. And I'm going to tell you, if you need a good paper trimmer and you don't want to spend $50, this is the reason. Well, there's multiple reasons. This trimmer is good and it's going to do you well. But there's also always coupon codes and there's always ways to get it cheaper. And I had one lady, I promise you, she got it for like $12 after all of her coupon codes and all this stuff. So it's just awesome. And so it would be it'll be a great one. So if you want to see that, I'll be doing that Wednesday on my channel. So.
I will mention that Cindy Matthews said that her least expensive was a toothpick.
Oh, that's a good one.
Everybody uses them, so that was a great one.
If my friend Joan was watching today, and she probably will at some point, she would say a Q-tip. I love that. Every time, like, inking things, she's always going, don't forget the good old Q-tip, and she's right about that, so don't forget those.
Let's see, there was another one that I wanted to share with you, too. Let's see if I can get it to come back where I can see it. Okay, Leanne Spivey said that her cheapest is a Creative Memory mini paper cutter that she got for 99 cents at Goodwill. Wow. That's a bargain there.
That is a bargain for multiple reasons, and I'll tell you why. Because Creative Memories went out of business. They're back, by the way, but I don't think they're back. I don't know if it's exactly the same. But that trimmer she's talking about, I know it because it's a little guillotine. You know the one, Melody? It's about this big, and it's got this little guillotine cutter. And my daughter-in-law Sam has one, and every time I'm with her, I'm like, I really want that cutter. Because it's so cool. It's just so little. That's a good deal. 99 cents. Oh my gosh, I'm jealous.
That's a Goodwill.
Love me
I'll
some.
have to go to Alabaster today.
We'll have to go dig. I love it. All right, next question. The oldest item you made that you or someone you know still has?
Okay. I've moved. How long have I lived here now? Like 2 years in October. So when I moved, I got rid of some of my old stuff and a lot of, well, I really couldn't get rid of most of my craft stuff, let's face it. I pay for storage. So I have a storage unit full of stuff, so I didn't want to go there. But I do have a box here of cards I made. So this card I made, it's an S-shaped card. So this is probably the oldest thing that I could find that I still have here in the house.
Do you still have your duct tape wallet?
Yeah, it's upstairs in my bedroom.
I love that video. I still watch it. I still go back and watch it just to hear you talk. How hilarious is that? I love it. I love that video. So mine didn't change. Like, I showed in the video, the original video we did, I showed a basket that I made for my first wedding. Sorry, Vinny. And that was uncomfortable.
It's
but,
okay.
My mom still has it. And so check out the video for that because it was kind of neat, some stuff I found in it. But that was like, and I actually think if we go back even further, there may be one other item, but I really couldn't put a date on it. I may have made it after the basket. But I also have this wooden carousel horse that my mom still has that stands up. And I think I've shown it in some of her home tour videos. I'm pretty sure I have. So go check out my mom's home tour videos on my YouTube channel. You'll see a lot of stuff I made because she has most of it. I give it to Mom because she puts it up. And so me, I'm just like, I stick it somewhere and forget about it. So what are we hearing I want to hear this from our viewers. What's something that they have that they've mentioned?
Let's see. Cindy Matthews said that her best friend for 33 years has everything that she's ever made. Let's see. Leanne, a braided jean rag rug. Interesting.
Yeah.
Raven said not paper, but crocheted sofa arm doilies that she made for her mother-in-law 38 years ago.
38 years ago. Does she still use them? She'll have to answer this.
Bobby says that his first graphic 45 altered canvas. He kept it because it was featured on their blog.
That's cool.
Stacy Williams says hers is probably a horrible-looking embroidered monkey purse.
Oh my gosh, I want to see it.
Let's see.
It would be awesome if we could have people share these things in our Facebook group.
Absolutely. You guys, head over. If you have photos of them, please go share them so we can see them. This will be so cool to see.
And so fast. It says, let's see. Shelly says a pair of leather and pony beads that her 34-year-old daughter and her made back in the 80s.
Oh, my goodness.
Idra says her first high school yearbook that she used for scrapbooking. Rhonda said she has her original color pencils and chalks, and she still uses them, and they are 25 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
Charlotte says a loom my father made for making doilies. Deb says an angel from 30 years ago. Mimi says Christmas ornaments. So we don't have any more of those old ones because they burn up. Let's see. Tina says a crocheted Afghan that she made when she was in high school.
I really want to see pictures of all this stuff, y'all. I think
Well, that would be cool to see these pictures.
it really would because it's so cool to see people's hard work. And
How about in the group if they hashtag oldest craft or something?
that's good. Like
Post it in this Crafty Life Live Facebook group and hashtag it oldest craft so we know what you're sharing.
And let me say this too, because a lot of people ask me about a hashtag, why and how to use it. In a group situation like that, if you hashtag yours oldest craft, then like when Melody and I come in and we want to find everybody's, we can just put that in the search bar, and all of the posts that relate to it will pop up. So if there's other stuff in the feed, it's kind of like a file folder tab is basically what it is. So you can just type it in and find them. So that is so cool. I cannot wait to see what you guys are going to post. Go ahead and start doing it now so we can see it when we get through. That's cool.
Okay, Lisa Thomas, there's a lot of them, okay? I can't read all of them, but Lisa Thomas says that her and her aunt made a Christmas tree when she was 8. So that was 42 years ago.
Wow.
How cool is that? Gail said, I made a popsicle stick picture frame 52 years ago. My older sister had it and gave it to her. Let's see, Marilyn Brown said a pantsuit that a girlfriend sold for her 50 years ago.
Wow. We want
I'd like to see a picture of that.
Hey, in Maryland, if it still fits, model it.
I think she says she's going to, let's see, because it is my high school 50. Oh, wow. It looks like she's going to, maybe she can wear it to her 50th class reunion next year.
That would be awesome.
Oh, that's
How cool is that? So Stacy says, so it's hashtag oldest craft.
Yeah, I'll put it.
Do that. Hashtag oldest craft. And then if you guys want to see them, if you'll go to our Facebook group, This Crafty Life Live, and in the search bar, type in hashtag oldest craft. They'll
The
all
word is one word.
Yeah, it's one word. I'm glad you said that. So the hashtag, it's the number sign, hashtag pound sign, all together with oldest craft, and that's how you find it. That is so cool.
Okay,
I'm excited.
Melody posted it in the comments,
Good
so
deal.
it'll be there.
All right, let's move on because we got a bunch to go. Let's see. What is your crafting tool that was the biggest waste of money?
Oh. Why don't you go first, because I forgot this question.
Good, because I got it. And I still have it. Like, I don't know why I hold on to this. Okay, so these guys came out. Do you remember the stamping gears? Did you even see these, Melody, when they came out?
Yeah, we have them too, but we don't use them.
No, because they're awkward and they're weird. And they're like too hard to understand, sort of. And the other thing, they only work with certain stamps. Like, I would try it with other stamps and I couldn't get it to work like I wanted to. And I bought the whole kit. And I think this is what I said in my first video too. But basically what this thing is supposed to do, you have a little handle that is like a stamp block, and it fits in these little grooves so you can stamp in a circular motion. And what I wanted it for was to make wreaths, because I thought it'd be really cool for Christmas wreaths. Well, one thing, this is too big, really, to get a Christmas wreath for a card. It was a little too awkward. And the other thing is, very few stamps work well in a circular motion. Like, I was really surprised by that. I thought I would be able to use, like, so many more to make, like, kaleidoscope stuff, and it just didn't work. And I'm really sad. I have every single bit of this. And I remember saying this in my video, that I was like, I would give this away to somebody if they wanted it or whatever, and I never did or whatever. So it was still in a shelf that I have this morning. So I don't love this. Oh, and even more ironically, when I was at Michael's this weekend, these are on the clearance racks at Michael's. So
yeah, we bought ours on clearance. George said we got them for $4.95, and we got them like last year on clearance.
Yeah, I just don't love them. This block is a little. It actually works best with the actual Inkadinkadoo foam stamps. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite, and it was a big waste of money for me.
Now, Cindy Matthews said that she loves hers.
See?
And you can use it for all kind of different things. She said that the Frugal Crafter did a video on it, of course, you know. So you might want to check it out.
I probably bought it. I probably bought it because of Lindsay's video, honestly.
That's probably true.
When I got it home, I was just like, and I bought all of it, the oval, everything they had. I just went crazy on it, and I'm just like, honestly, listen, to each his own with crafting. Like, there's some things I use that other people would love and I don't love, or vice versa. So if it works for you, that's awesome. Oh, I want to share one more thing that was a big waste, because I want to warn people about this, because I did this and I don't want other people to do it. Now, the Bow Dabber is not a waste of your money, okay? I want to clear that up.
I've been wanting that for a long time, but I've never bought it.
But I'm going to tell you why I made a mistake. I'm the person that goes to Michael's and I buy off that as-is rack. I love the as-is rack because I change, I'll mix media something and fix it or whatever. Well, this was on the as-is rack, and I was so excited because it was going to be regular $15.99. I got it for $3.99, which is not a huge waste of money. But the part that is broken is the part that holds the bars together where you put the ribbon. So it's literally a useless piece of plastic. Like, it doesn't hold anything. And so I paid $3.99 for something I cannot use, which, bad on Michael's for putting this on the shelf, even as is, because it cannot be used. Now, I'm sure they were thinking if somebody had lost that bar or whatever, they could replace a part here or something, but it literally does not work, and it makes me sad. But I did buy the mini one, and I love the little mini, and I think the Bow Dabber is worth $15.99 all day long, but use a coupon to get it cheaper. But if you're going to buy off that as-is rack, pay real close attention to why it's there. That's the thing I want to warn you of.
Yeah. Now I have my answer, but first, George from Craft Spy 2 has messaged me. He's watching the show, and he says the creative memory. Can you guys see that? It's still on their website. This is from creativememories.com. You can still get that.
How much is it?
$24.50.
Y'all, I think it's worth it. I love that little thing.
Okay, now I just remembered. I'm like, what did I say in my last video? And it's it wasn't worth it for me, but I know it's worth it for a lot of people, but because I don't use them, but I had to have them. A lot of the Martha Stewart edge punchers, I have barely used them. A lot of them I've never used. I think I've only used one or two, but I had to have them, you know, and HSN gets me all the time, and I love them. So I have a lot of mine in storage, and I don't use them because I don't use most of my punches because I just use my Cricut.
Yeah.
So it's a waste for me, but it's not for a lot of other people. They're good products.
Yeah, the product is not. That's me too. Like the stamping gear is not a bad product. I don't want anybody to think that. It just doesn't work for me. And I don't find a lot of bad product. I just find things that don't work for me. Vince, what are they saying in our chat? I want to hear.
Well, let's see what they're saying. Let's say I suggested that we have a swap meet because one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Hey, we'd have to figure that out.
Some of these folks that have stuff they ain't used forever might want to swap it with somebody that's got something that they hadn't used forever. But anyway, let's see. Somebody talked about punches. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, Shirley said many bad purchases, but the Martha Stewart circle edge punches has to be the worst. So she apparently don't like those.
That's just something else talking about.
Let's see. What are some of the other things?
Y'all all know it hurts my feelings when you say punches, right?
Crafty Mall said the Fisker's punch set. She hasn't used it. Oh, here's a note. Brenda Ansel said that the Creative Memories paper cutters you can no longer get blades for.
Oh, that's interesting. We need to pay attention to that.
Let's see. Somebody said their cinch. They bought it 3 years ago and never opened it. That's Bobby. He said that. Stacy Williams said the bind it all. She's used it maybe twice. Let's see. Did I say the Fisker's fuse? I didn't. Idra said that the Fisker's fuse, she doesn't use it at all. Let's see.
It sounds like we have a lot of craft hoarders in here.
Yeah, and I agree with you about treasure.
Melody, you can't say that. I can say that. You can't, because that'll get you in trouble. I can call y'all out, but you can't say that.
Well, I'm one too.
I know. That's why you can't
I have a group called Craft Hoarders on Facebook.
All right, we got to move on to the next one because we're never going to finish all these. The next one is crafting tool that was the best bargain. And mine's super fast. I'm going to say it real quick. It was the best bargain for multiple reasons. One, it was sent to me by a subscriber, but it's the dental tool, the dental threader. And I don't have any because I've lost them all, and I meant to go get some, but I forgot. But it is a dental floss tool that is like, if you ever had braces or your kids had braces, it's a little circular end, and you can use it like a needle. And it is the most amazing thing for threading baker's twine and thread and all this good stuff. And I've used it on my channel, and I should just do a review of it so people can know to go get it. But it's a dental threader, and they're worth every penny, and they're very cheap anyway. I think they're like $3. They might even be less than that. So that's mine real quick.
I think I forgot about this question, so I didn't think of it ahead of time. But I think some Cricut cartridges, because they have a sale, and I subscribe to Cricut Access, so I get 10% off. I'm also a Cricut Circle member, and I get 10% off. And then they have discount codes and free shipping. I've gotten cartridges for $5 and $6 for a whole cartridge. So
you calculate out how many images are on those cartridges. You see how cheap you're getting them that way.
Yeah. And sometimes they're even included in Access, but I don't know if I'll have it forever. So when I can get them for that cheap, I try to get them.
Okay, our next one is, and we're going to move kind of quicker, what is, and we'll go back to everyone else too in just a few minutes. Let's get a couple under our belt. What's the storage idea that was your best storage idea?
Oh, well, I think the glitter that we have, which I can't really show you, but we will show you later, but it's in gutters. And I have to say, this isn't my idea. It's Ken Kindler's from Crafts by Two, because I share a craft room with him. But we bought gutters at Home Depot, and We put our ribbon in them.
That's a good idea.
I think we saw it on Pinterest, so it's not really our idea.
I think, did you guys share that somewhere? I think you shared it.
I've showed pictures of it. I'll
Yeah.
share a picture of it in the group.
Good idea. Let me show you mine real fast. I think this one's it. This is one of those little containers that you hold, you know, with the little handle. And what I did was I put my favorite embossing folders in here, and I set it next to my Cuttlebug. So when I pull my Cuttlebug out, I just pull that out with it, and I typically have the one I want in here, and I love it because it's just 2 handles and go to work. And I think that's my favorite. Now the next question goes along with yours, which is your least favorite, right? So we have to go opposites on that. My least favorite was a ribbon thing I did, which is in a video where I hung it on the wall on one of those dowels. But when I would pull one ribbon, all of them would come with it. Like, it would just make this big mess. And that was my least favorite, was how I did that ribbon thing, which I was so proud of at first. What can you think is your least favorite?
Did I say ribbon or did I say glitter?
You said glitter and ribbon.
Okay, George just said I meant to say ribbon. I wasn't talking about glitter. I was talking about ribbon in the gutters.
Yeah, you said ribbon at the end.
Okay.
So what's your least favorite?
Do you have yours?
Yeah, that ribbon thing I did, which was a joke.
Oh.
And also solid boxes. Those are my least favorite. I think they're cute to look at, but I never know what's in them, and when I label them, I just don't even read it, because out of sight, out of mind for me.
Yeah, I like to have things where I can see them. I don't really have one. I would say that too.
Well, let's hear what the chat is saying. What are they telling us, Vinny?
Okay, Mimi said that she uses hanging shoe slots for rolled vinyl. Now, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Let's see. Rhonda said she uses cafe curtain rods for her ribbon, and she loves them, and it makes her wall so colorful.
Oh, sure.
Cindy Matthews said the embroidery hoop for washi tape. That was a good one.
All right, we need a hashtag because we need to see pictures. So we should do hashtag best storage idea.
Yeah. Yeah, all one word. When you do hashtags, you never use a space.
Put those on the group too. We want to see them. Hashtag best storage idea. Now let's talk about, all right, I think I'm going to skip the YouTube stuff. There were some questions that were real specific to YouTube, but if you're not really a YouTuber, they won't matter as much to you. So like these next two talk about our YouTube videos. But how about your biggest crafting mishap? What project did you try that just didn't cut it?
Let me get it.
Okay, I'm going to say mine while you get it. Here's the thing. To see mine, you need to go to my old video because I had it, and I don't have it anymore, but I had it in that video, so go look at it. It was a mini album that I attempted to create, and it did not turn out well. It looks like a really fancy taco. It looks really bad, so now you're going to go watch it, so go see that one.
Okay, this is just something recent that I did, and I recorded it to make a video on it. Can you see it? It was with my digital paper and fairy stamps, and I used my Misty, but I was stamping with glue pad and then glitter. But I kept getting it was just a mess, so I never edited the video, and it didn't turn out how it did in my head.
Yeah. That's always how it is.
Like, I wanted it to... I don't know how to explain how I even wanted it to look, but... So, I never posted the video. I never edited it.
Oh, I have to read this one, okay? Cindy Matthews said that she is a polymer clay artist, and she sculpted a beautiful head for a doll that's almost life-size, and she formed it around a styrofoam head. But when she baked it, it blew up and split my baby's head wide open.
Oh, no. Does she have pictures? We want to see them if she does. So this one is hashtag worst craft project. How about that? Or no, let's do hashtag worst craft fail.
Yeah.
Words? No. Okay, shuck it down to the cop. Hashtag craft fail. So do that one. That'll be good. And put that in the group. Anybody else, Vince?
Let's see.
George says mine is my clay cricket head. And actually, I thought about that this morning. I made a video on, I made a cricket inside a log like of clay and kept rolling it down and down and down until it got really small. And George and Ken just laughed at that video and couldn't believe I posted it.
Like a polymer clay cane?
Yeah, with a cricket inside.
That's pretty good, I think. I can't do
I
that.
thought it was pretty good. It was the first time I ever tried it.
Yeah, that sounds, I mean, I'll have to go check that one out. All right, next question, because we're going to keep moving. I love this question. Items you stock up on every time or almost every time you go to the craft store.
Well, mine used to be paper. I don't buy paper anymore.
We have some paper back there.
Yeah, we have plenty of paper. I feel like we have stocked up so much in the past, I don't need to stock up anymore.
That's good, though, because now you can just look for those special things to round things out. But
Yeah.
for me, I cannot leave a punch behind. Now, it depends on the punch, but if I find a punch on clearance, I just have to have it. And because I'm a card maker, they're just instant, just punch and go, and they're good for sentiments and stuff like that. And so if I see a good generic shape, a good circle, a good star, who knows, I just can't leave a punch behind. So that's me. I stock up on punches. And that's not really fair to say stock up on. I still am like you. I have a lot of paper. Now, I will tell you this. I run out of 3 papers, red, black, and white, all the time because they're my favorites. And so I buy those a lot. But I think my thing is I can't leave a punch behind. I'll never leave one behind.
Can you see our black paper?
Yeah, I do. Wait, let me get to it. Stay there. There's our paper.
Melody, I don't mean to just be rude, but Crash by 2 said you're a liar.
Oh, my
You do
God.
buy paper.
Very
Let's see.
often.
Shelly said beads. Sherry said she's a punch addict. Shirley said paper. Maddie said gel and punches. Carrie said
that's 60 or 70% off.
washi tape was another one. Paper pads, stamps. Let's see. Now that's a good bit.
All right, so we're really close to time. It's like 11:57, so we're going to go ahead and announce our mugshots winner because I know everybody wants to know. And so, Melody, you want to pull that up on your screen, and then I'll grab your screen once you have it. But, again, if you're not familiar with mugshots, check it out on our Facebook group where we're going to be doing our mugshot contest every week or every show week. And we have some great guests coming up. I don't want you guys to miss that. We've got Melody told you about Lisa. We've got Leo from Dreaming Tree. I want to make sure I say that right. Is it Dreaming Tree?
Yes.
Okay. Leo's coming up. We have got some new people, too. Like, Melody and I have been introduced to some new crafters that we have gone out and spoken with. So we got some new folks coming. Hopefully this season we're going to try to bring some guys to you may not be familiar with or may not have seen before. So we're kind of digging deep. All right, are you ready to see the winner? Let's show it. We need a drum roll, huh? Here we go. There she is, Cindy Brown Nemec. I hope I said your last name right, but oh my gosh. This is so cute how she made an owl out of her tape and some cardstock.
That is cute. I love it.
Oh, cute. So Cindy won. So Cindy, I need you to message me with your address if I don't already have it. You can tell me if I do, but I'm going to be sending you maybe this one. I'll send you a This Crafty Life mug. So you'll be able to, then you can do a mug shot with your mug. That'll be cute. You want to show some of the others real quick, Mel, when we got a minute or two?
Here's one. Leanne Spivey, she's watching.
She is watching with those big eyes.
Let me go see some past comments.
There's Stacy Williams.
There's Stacy Williams.
So cute.
Somebody, it's their eyes on a Pokemon.
I got to be honest, Leanne, it was hard for me not to pick the Pokemon, especially because it's a Pikachu and I want one really bad, but Joe got one, and I'm a little bit bitter about it.
Laura Presley Wright.
Look, and that's her son. Look how calm he looks.
Here's one.
That is cute. Who is that? Peggy McClellan. That's cute.
And I think that That's it. I don't know.
All right, so next time we post that, guys, be sure to go get your mugshot entered and be creative with it so that you'll stick out for us and we'll be like, there's a mug. And you can enter as every week, but once you've won, you can only win one time per season. So Cindy won't be able to win again, but if she wants to add a photo, she's more than welcome to do that. So I think we covered everything. We didn't finish the Crafters Confidential, but that's okay. We can put the questions into the Facebook group, so if people want to continue chatting about that, that'd be great. There's a couple more questions. Not anything I think that anybody would really miss out on. So there it is.
Like Barbara said, for you to go to an industrial area to find Pikachu.
Really?
Oh.
Look, I need Pokemon intervention. Maybe. I don't know.
Dude, we took a trip Saturday and drove to another city and rode around so that her and Joe could catch Pokemon.
I cannot say that hasn't happened in this house with me and Craft Spy 2.
It's fun. And you know what we said the other day, which I think this, if you have kids, there were several years ago, we were paying $5 a pack for Pokemon cards so they could catch a Pikachu or a Charizard or whatever. And I'm not paying for that now. And Joe is able to collect Pokemon, and we can play against each other or with each other. We're all on the same team. We're all on Team Valor. So
am I.
Are you cool? We're all Team Valor.
Now it's $2 a gallon gas that we're spending to drive around all over the place.
Yeah, but we can go way far on that.
It used to be $4.
Yeah, praise God it's not that anymore.
That's right. Well, we did it, guys. That's episode 1 from season 2 under our belt, and it was fun. We just wanted to do something kind of throwback, kind of easy and breezy for our first episode, and we left you guys kind of in the lurch because we thought we were going to have one more show last time, but we didn't. Our guest did not come through, and she still hasn't. I'm really sad about that. I'm trying to still make that work. I think you guys will really enjoy her. It's not any reason except she just hasn't been able to. So, are we forgetting anything? Be sure to check out all the links below.
We'll put a link to the Facebook group below. Somebody asked what's the Facebook group, so we can add that link.
Also, the .com, thiscraftylife.com will be there. All the links we talked about today, and go check out our very first videos. It was kind of fun to look back on us all those years ago, too.
Yeah, we have 12 or how many episodes? I think 12.
Of last season?
Yeah.
I think it is 12. We're only, and by the way, we're going to have 10 this time. And there's a calendar you'll be able to see. We're going to have 10 episodes, and we'll end right before Christmas this season. So it's been fun. We're really enjoying it, and yeah, I think we got everything said.
Some people were asking in the thing to have this the Frugal Crafter on. Well, we had her on last year. We might have her on again, but go back and watch the one from last year. It was a great episode.
If you guys want her back, we'll bring her back. And what we love, and I know Lindsay would love this too, if you guys want her to come back, maybe give us a list of the kind of things you'd like for her to talk about, because she's a wealth of craft knowledge and art knowledge. So if you do want her back, we'll be more than happy to talk to Lindsay again about that. I think she'd do it. It'd just be a matter of scheduling for her, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, all right then, we're going to let you guys go and start your Monday, your first Monday in August. Be sure to go check out the CAC Photo a Day on Instagram. You can follow us as we're doing that. It is also a hashtag, works the same way. It's kind of like a little file folder mark for you, so you can search the hashtag CAC Photo a Day. Follow me there. You'll be able to see some other folks that are doing that. And follow Melody on Instagram, too. And all of our social medias, we'll have those for you everywhere. And we love you guys. We can't wait to see you till next time.
And the next show will be on my channel.
That's right. And, because we always forget this part, be sure each time we have a new show coming, that link will be on the Facebook group and also on our .com. So be sure to be watching there and on Melody's app, and she sends out an email. There's all kinds of ways to get it, but those two ways, the blog and the Facebook group, are probably the fastest for you.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.